The Norwegians want to build Europe's first underwater restaurant. Ever fancied eating seafood while surrounded by fish? Designed from Snøhetta, this week unveiled concept art for Europe's first subsea restaurant on the Norwegian coast. Its concrete shell looks like a giant half-sunken cinder block. Aptly dubbed Under, Inhabitat reports that the establishment will provide viewers with a panoramic view of the seabed. Diners will also be able to eat locally procured seafood while taking in the view of underwater life. Under is said to be heated via thermal energy gathered from the seabed. It will also double as a marine research center. It's going to be located in a remote village called BALY. And that's definitely not this BALY. Do you eat a seafood diet? Microsoft and Facebook finish work on giant undersea data cable. Microsoft and Facebook have just completed work on a massive continent-to-continent underwater cable. The subsea cable stretches over 4,000 miles from the U.S. East Coast at Virginia Beach to Spain's north coast at Bilbao. When laying the cable, engineers had to account for an average depth of 11,000 feet and hazards including coral reefs, earthquake zones, and active volcanoes. According to Microsoft, the Maria undersea cable is comprised of 8 pairs of fiber optic cables encircled by copper, a layer of hard plastic, and waterproof coating. The cable can transmit a maximum of 160 terabits per second. That's the equivalent of 71 million streaming high-definition videos. Demand for more bandwidth to handle online video streaming services is said to be one of the drivers behind the installation of the cable.
Sea lice wreak havoc on worldwide salmon supply. There's something fishy going on with the world's salmon supply, and it's not something the fish are doing. According to the Associated Press, parasitic sea lice have infected salmon farms in Chile, the United States, Canada, Scotland, and Norway. Once a parasite infects the salmon, it becomes inedible. Previously, salmon were fed a pesticide to defend against the sea lice. This was reportedly effective until 2009, when the lice began to overcome it and spread globally. Fewer salmon but consistent consumer demand means higher prices for all things salmon, unfortunately.
Floating Atlantic wind farm could meet the world's energy needs. Would you believe it if we told you the entire world could be powered by a wind farm in the Atlantic? We're not blowing hot air here. According to a new study, building a deep-sea wind farm the size of India that stretches across the North Atlantic could meet the whole world's power needs. Land-based wind farms can produce around 1.5 watts per square meter, while a wind farm in the Atlantic would be able to generate 6 watts per square meter. Several engineering challenges would have to be overcome. A deep-sea wind farm would have to operate in remote and harsh conditions, where waves frequently exceed 3 meters. Laying transmission cables that stretch across the ocean floor, then connect to floating turbines in open ocean, would be another obstacle. A project that big would also require international cooperation and a whole lot of money. Good thing we all get along so well.
Will California soon be underwater? Researchers are warning that melting ice shelves in Antarctica could cause sea levels to rise higher than expected, with the changes being most apparent in California. Scientists theorize that due to the Earth's rotation and gravitational pull, melting ice in Antarctica, particularly in the western portion, is pulled toward the California coast. This makes rising sea levels more dramatic in the region. For every foot of global sea level rise caused by the melting West Antarctic, sea levels will rise approximately 1.25 feet on the California coast. In 2100, sea levels could rise as high as 6.9 feet in San Francisco and 7.1 feet in La Jolla. The California Ocean Protection Council plans to hold a series of workshops and propose measures to address this issue.